wasn't even the intro we're going to use because it didn't have Jeff on it. Jokes on the internet. It's fine.
I was excited for the roar, though. That got me excited.
Did you get the roar? Yeah, the roar
is really good. Yeah.
We love it. It's very feral. Very demure.
The roar, not demure at all. The roar that is also what Jeremy uses if somebody mysteriously curses before the 15-minute mark.
It's me. It's always me.
Sometimes it's me. But yeah, mostly it's Kacey.
Mostly it's me.
Everyone's shocked. So far, it hasn't been me.
That's crazy. But Melissa is counting down every time. Yeah. Melissa has eyes on the clock because every single time it like goes over to the 0, she's like, F yeah, here we go.
It does.
Uh-huh.
It abuses
Anyway, folks, welcome back to Feral Ladies on this channel, in which who knows how much I will talk and or cough at you because we are recording this the Friday after Dragon Con.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. And your girl over there. Wait, where's my finger?
Wherever I am, here I am.
Yeah.
That girl
right there.
Thank you. So cool.
Oh, freaking boss! You're welcome, Jeremy. She is going so hard right now. She's recording this while having a fever. So props to you, but also you're a little crazy.
I am.
I think you should be in bed, but I love you for your dedication.
Right after this, which is always the case when I talk to Jeff. No euphemisms intended, but because Home Dude has a really late podcast that he insists upon having late, that has moved back over time. So it's usually like, I've talked to Jeff. Everything's great. Good day.
And good night.
And good night.
And
so, as you all have noticed, we are not just feral ladies today. We also have a feral guest. And we will let him introduce himself first.
All right. Hi. Thank you for having me on. I'm Jeff Burns. I am a author, host, super geek. That's what it says on my business card anyway. And I host the geeky improv show Super Geeked Up, which Marisa was just referring to. These three have been on many times.
Yes, so much fun on your show.
Unhinged fun.
Yeah.
And thank you. And I'm an author. I have a new urban fantasy coming out, which we're going to talk about. I'm very excited to talk about. Yes. Most of my books, though, are comedic, geeky erotica.
Which, can we just talk for a second about the concept of comedic, geeky erotica? Because what could be more fucking perfect? I'm not sorry for that one.
Oh, thanks. I mean, I think it is, but you know.
I love it.
There it is. First
there it is. You're welcome. But seriously, like, I'm sure we're going to get to this. We'll come back to this after introductions. Go ahead, Marisa, or either of you, to introduce yourself. We'll come back to the concept of comedic, geeky erotica in a bit because
it's amazing.
I have thoughts.
Also, it fills ballrooms at Dragon Con.
Yeah, it does.
And Jeff is behind it. Okay. I'm Marisa Wolf. I cannot infect you over the internet. You're welcome. I write science fiction and fantasy that ends in hope. Make no promises for the path along the way. And I'm currently in the messy middle. So I will go back on mute.
Hi, I'm Melissa Oltoff. I write sci-fi and fantasy, and I always sneak in romance because I write what I love to read. Slide it in there.
Lots of sliding into my books.
And I'm Kacey Zell. I write emotionally charged adventure fantasy and science fiction. So, and Jeff, so excited that you're here. I don't write Jeff, but I'm excited that Jeff is here. So,
thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm
so used to like interviewing you guys.
I know. We're like, okay, Jeff, I need you to understand that usually Marisa is like the freaking baller in charge of this show. Like, we all bring something unique to the table, and Marisa and producer Jeremy are freaking amazing at handling this podcast. So Kacey and I have gotten real freaking spoiled about just sitting back and letting Marisa take charge. But tonight, you guys are stuck with us. So
that's right. That's right. So and we don't know what the hell we're doing.
Recently, you're doing great. Recently, Jeff, on the panel, one of the questions asked to several of us on the panel was, do you prefer to be Dungeon Master or Dungeon Mastered? And currently, 2 people on this channel have to be Dungeon Master, where they occasionally prefer to be Dungeon Mastered. So,
all right.
Yes.
Wow,
Sorry, I
that's
didn't read that
a
one.
very different. That's a cool way to put it. Actually, I haven't
I
thought about
actually
that. I like
love
that.
that question. It's amazing.
So
But-
the panel. It was delightful. Yes.
Okay, so Jeff, would you like to tell us about your awesome new book coming out?
Yes.
Because I'm really,
Oh.
really excited about it.
Oh, thank
And
you. I sure
just,
would.
Let me just point out that 11 to 14-year-old Kacey is very, very, very excited about this one.
Okay. All right. Awesome. Good. So it's called The Adventures of Elena and Ned, Gargoyle P.I. It is a comedic urban fantasy about two very unlikely partners in a detective agency. So we've got Elena. She's a zany, irreverent human who's always thinking about sex. And we've got
So weird.
we've got Ned, a serious, proper gargoyle who wishes Elena would stop talking about sex. But only these two can solve the most, like, just basically the most vital cases in the city, like finding a werecat's missing cat food, locating a leprechaun's stolen anime collectibles, or getting a hot date for Dracula.
Holy crap,
Awesome.
these are like very vital cases.
They are.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. Also, you had me at Gargoyle, man. Like, that's what I was saying. Teenage Kacey was
Oh my god.
preteen Kacey was
Gargoyle.
all about the Gargoyles, like,
The
TV
Disney
show.
The Disney animated show.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That is the inspiration. That is the inspiration for this.
I love
Oh
that
my
so
God.
much.
I loved it so
Really
much.
hoping to hear that.
Yeah. So why Snarky PI though?
Well,
Or
everything I
what's the-
write is comedic. I just can't not write that. And the more I've written, the more like silly and comedic I get. Like I used to, in my filmmaking days, I actually have made some dramas. And then I'm like, I'm just gonna do silly comedic stuff.
It was
More caffeine. Wow.
Well, that's a lot of growling going on.
The world needs
To
more
cover that
joy.
more joy.
So, wow, I told Marisa I was going to try to be really good about it. All right, anyway. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Why Snarky?
So
Yeah,
just
okay.
Inspired by gargoyles, or at least
Inspired by gargoyles.
Yeah. Well, first
The more
off,
funny you are, the more funny you have to be.
thanks. I actually think there's a dearth of gargoyle content out there. It's like one of those supernatural creatures that don't get a lot of play, I think. So
Yeah.
that's one reason I want to do gargoyles. But so for this one, so when I think of an urban fantasy, I'm sure this is a little bit of a generalization, but I think most of them are more serious or gritty.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff. Most detective stories, I think, are more hard-boiled, or again, they're dealing with murder cases and that stuff. So I want to do the complete opposite. I wanted to come up with the most ridiculous cases you would never think private detectives would have to solve in urban fantasy. And to do that, basically, then I leaned heavily into the comedy of that, or what I hope is the comedy of that.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Now you released this book in serial format first, right?
I did. There's a thing called Kindle Vella, which no longer exists, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I actually had a bunch of series on that, and this was one of them. I was in the middle of releasing this when Vella went kaput.
Yeah.
So I never got to fully release this. I got a good chunk of it out, which is like on a weekly basis. But it's exciting now to get the full book. I mean, it was always going to be written as a full book form.
Yeah.
I just
Right.
figured I would do Vella to get some extra eyes on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Did you find that writing it with the knowledge that you were going to serialize it changed the way that you wrote it at all, or is it all same for you?
It's all the same for this particular one because I actually did not intend to put it on Vella when I first wrote it.
Oh.
I don't know if I don't think Vella even exists. No, I'm sure actually it did. It probably did. When I started writing it, the idea was to do a book.
Yeah.
And there's other erotica series that I did specifically do as Vella. Like that was my goal.
Mm-hmm.
This one, because Vella was going pretty well for me, I was like, well, why not release Elena and Ned on Vella too? So that's a little more challenging because then I had to go back and try to find break points in the story, which was not originally written serialized
Mm-hmm.
to do
Is there
that. But
different word count goals and everything for that, right?
correct. It was like 600 to 5,000. It had to be between that word count for each episode on Vella.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I did write them as the book is 10 different cases. So that does help a little bit because they are broken into 10 different cases that they have to solve.
Oh, so it still has like an episodic structure.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that helped a little bit with Vela.
Well, that's cool though, because that's like a staple of detective fiction, right?
Mhm.
Is that yeah.
I think that's probably why. Well, a couple of reasons I leaned to that because I think you're right. It is. It's good for detective stories. It also was just easier for me, to be honest with you, to tackle one
Yeah.
case at a time. I mean, although it builds into a full story as well, but
Yes.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
it
cool.
keeps the pacing in
Yeah.
a smart way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What so besides the episodic structure that you have, like what do we see? I mean, if you can without spoilers, like what were some of the like what were you trying to explore with your characters in terms of like a longer term arc?
So for Elena, I was exploring. So this is a woman who's, like I said, she loves having sex. She's talking about sex. She has a lot of sex. Although, just so people don't get too excited, there's actually, oddly enough, because it's not erotica, there's not actually really sex scenes in the book.
Yeah.
There's a lot of nudity and like almost sex scenes in the book. But
Tension.
yeah.
I'm so excited.
So for her, I wanted to explore going from someone who's just like, yeah, let's have menage a trois and I'll just, let's just whatever. I'll sleep with every supernatural creature I come across, because why wouldn't you? To exploring a more long-term relationship with someone.
Okay.
That
Oh, I
was
love
her-
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with Ned, it was more about going from someone who seemed on the exterior very gruff and not emotional to forming a closer bond and friendship with people.
Very
Nice.
cool. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Is this the first in a series?
Yes, absolutely. This is actually my favorite characters I've written and my favorite
I can
book
tell.
I've written. So
I love it.
thanks.
Yeah.
So, and also the way it ends, I have to do another one. So,
Oh no, I'm so sad.
Yeah.
well, no, it's a cliffhanger. That's all.
Ah,
A cliff? Ooh, we be cliffing up in here again.
Cliffin. Always be Cliffin.
Always be cliffing.
Jeff, didn't you do some short stories with Elena and with these
That's actually
guys?
how the originated.
Yeah.
It was an anthology you were part of, actually, Marisa. Tales of
I read these
Monstrosity.
stories. Leading question.
Yeah, it was the second in a series of anthologies I was part of, and it's interesting because on that second one, like there was like a vote among all the authors about what topic we were going to write about, and there was a whole bunch of ones, and a lot of them was like, oh yeah, I can write something cool about that. Except I was like, I hope they don't pick the monsters one. I don't want to write about monsters, and that's the one I got chosen. I was like, well, God.
Yeah.
But then once I got on this gargoyle detective idea, I was like, oh yeah, I can write that.
Yes.
So it came actually out of me not being too excited to being the most, cool thing I've written. At least the thing I've been most excited about. But yes, it started as a short story, and then I decided to turn into a full book.
Hell yeah. Because a lot of reviewers specifically called out those characters as their favorites.
Yeah.
In that anthology.
Thank you.
I remember that. That was pretty great.
That is great.
So your book is out now, or when is it coming out?
As of the release of this podcast or the show, sorry, it'll be out.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
So.
the power of time math when used to our advantage.
Right.
We're recording this in September, but we will release it in October along with the book, so you can immediate gratify.
So you can ebook, paperback on Amazon. Please go check it out. I plan to put it on Kindle Unlimited too, if you have that, so you should be able to
Nice
read on that too. Yeah.
Nice. That's exciting, man. I'm excited too. I can't wait to get my hands on it because I freaking love some gargoyle fiction, and
thank you.
I love those character arcs that you talked about, right? Like the discovery that there is more to sex than just sex. The building of relationships and the creating of pair bonds or what have you bonds.
Yeah.
It's like a molecule, really.
Covalent bonds. I don't know what we're doing. Yeah.
Oh, that should be my next. That'll be their next
fascinating.
case, dealing with covalent bonds.
Please, yes. I love that so much. It's perfect.
Marisa's getting her tea delivered. Hooray!
Yes, tea. I love
Yes.
this.
Oh, that's a nice big cup.
Speaking of tea, Jeff, sorry, you also were drinking your
Ooh.
tea. I apologize. Tell us about, okay, first of all, tell us, for anybody who's been living under a rock, what is Super Geeked Up and how did that get started?
Super Geeked Up is a comedic, geeky, pop culture improv comedy show. So we talk
So much fun.
we talk different geeky topics, like, you know, what weapon would you bring to a zombie apocalypse, that kind of stuff. And then we play geek themed improv games. So if you've seen Whose Line Is It Anyway, it's basically like a geeky spin on a lot of those kind of things that we can do in an online format that we don't have to be in person for. So I mean, I think it's a lot of fun. Seems to be like when, you know, cool guests like you're on, we have a lot of fun. We boy, it's been going on for a long. We actually recently had our 500th episode, so we've been doing it for a while.
Yay.
Congratulations! It's very cool.
Well, Marisa and Melissa were on it.
It was fun.
Yeah.
You didn't make us sing this time, which is even more fun.
That was the 400th episode. Yeah, that I think that'll be the last musical.
Wait, what do you say?
Not because you guys were good. I was terrible.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
So actually that show Super Geeked Up came out of a web series I did called Super Knocked Up, which is an action comedy about a supervillain who gets pregnant by her superhero nemesis.
Oh no!
These two enemies have to raise a baby together. So that was a live action web series.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Have you considered, given romanticy is having such a moment right now with shadow daddies, and this would be a shadow mommy, have you given any thought to bringing some of the storylines back, or do they just live in live as they?
Yes. First off, what is a shadow daddy? Like an evil daddy? Like
Yes,
a bad guy daddy?
In some cases, literally has shadow powers that he uses to help.
A shadow daddy is a hot guy, often considered morally gray, if not morally black. Sometimes the villain, but at least an anti-hero, and often has like shadow powers where he can like manipulate physical objects with shadow or whatever,
including his girl's body. Just saying,
including
that's interesting. Actually, in Elena, there's a shadow walker character is what I call it. So I didn't know. Maybe he's a shadow daddy.
Maybe he's a shadow daddy.
Yeah, he's attractive.
Yeah,
the hotness is a prerequisite.
Yeah,
shadow daddy approved.
Yeah.
To answer your question though, I actually try to break Super Knocked Up back as Avella. So I started rewriting it from the beginning because I had a full screenplay written and I never got to finish it in web series form. We did 2 seasons. So I restarted it that way. I probably got about 12, 15 episodes into it. Part of it is I had so many other Avella going on, but honestly, I realized, you know what? I'm just not super excited about the story anymore. Like back then, that was the time to do that story, and I guess it's just not what I want to do right now.
That's fair.
Totally fair. Yeah, that's legit.
And recognizing that before you dig yourself into like a burnout hole is real good.
Yeah, props to you, man. Props to you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that's the thing for me. Like I don't want to ever write something I'm not enjoying because, like you said, then I'm not going to want to write.
Yeah.
And people aren't going to have as much fun reading it. I find like when I have fun writing something, usually people have fun reading it. But
yeah, I think that's really important. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So sorry, I interrupted you. So you're saying Super Knocked Up was a thing. You worked on that.
Yeah. Super Geeked Up came out of that. It was a way, because we had to actually change lead actresses from season 1 to 2, which is always a challenging thing. It was a way to introduce the fans we already had to the new actress. It was like me and the 2 lead actors, the hero and villain, just doing a goofy, geeky chat, really. And at first it was just that. It was just geeky topics. There was no games. And the more it's gone on, the more we've leaned heavily into the improv aspects of it. And it became its own thing that way outlived Super Knocked Up. because we've been doing it for like, I don't know, like 10 years now, probably, or something.
That's awesome.
Which is so great.
Yeah. We, so I first became aware of Super Geeked Up through Marisa because she had gone on the show and spoke very highly of you. And she was like, Kacey, you have to come on this podcast. And so I think we had a book coming out, Marisa and I did. And so we both came on. It was probably one of our 4HU books. We both came on, and I just remember laughing so hard that like my cheeks hurt and my side hurt. And it was like 11 o'clock at night. And like the whole house, like I was trying not to wake up the whole house, but I was laughing so hard. It was very difficult. Because we do these funny like improv games. And I mean, you guys out there in internet land know that I have a super dirty mind, and eventually everything comes back to how much I enjoy having sex with my husband, right? So like being able to parlay that into how, into not only our show, but like another show in Super Geeked Up where all the jokes are dirty, and we just, it was a lot of fun. And then
Marisa, by the way, is actually directly responsible for our dirtiest game.
Yes, she was.
Sinful Sci-Fi is the game.
Yeah.
Technically, it wasn't me though. It was one of your awesome viewers.
Yeah, but you're indirectly because he thought your book is called what? Night Song.
Yes.
Your story, and he thought you said Night Thong.
And it just went down.
So then we were like, all right, we're gonna tell a Night Thong's improv story on the show with Marisa.
Yeah, and that was like 42 parts. We had so many parts.
We had a lot of parts.
Yeah.
And that became Sinful Sci-Fi, which is a segment we do now.
Yeah.
Which
is pretty great.
Which is a great segment, and one that we've done live at DragonCon a couple times.
Yes,
and
a couple times.
Filled ballrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happily surprised at how many people came out.
People love their After Dark panels at DragonCon, man.
They do.
It's true. It's true.
Oh, yes.
So.
Yeah. But they're not all dirty jokes, guys. So if you love dirty jokes, totally watch Super Geeked Up. If you just like to laugh so hard, go watch Super Geeked Up. Jeremy used to ask me after episodes, he's like, okay, is it actually that funny, or you just like pretend laughing? And then he watched a couple and he was like, all right, this is real. And I was like, you're welcome. I'm a terrible pretend laugher. Like, no one would believe my fake laugh.
I've never thought that people were pretend laughing.
Right? Yeah, new fear unlocked. But I was like, no, Jeremy, I'm legitimately laughing that hard. He's like, I don't know. And then he watched it and he was like, all right, fair enough.
All right, thanks. That'll be our new quote. Fair enough from Jeremy.
Fair enough. Jeremy approves. Mid approves. Yeah.
Low key approves.
Producer Jeremy, he's a tough crowd, that's for sure.
No, you've gotten some chuckles from him over the years, so it's
Oh, good.
He no longer complains.
He's in like the other room, right? When you're doing it usually.
Yes, yeah. The last couple times, because he goes to bed so early, he gets up so early for work. That I like now I'm like, okay, I'm on Super Geeked Up now. But it has also moved earlier. It used to be like 2 hours later it started.
I know, yeah.
So it's a little better, but it's also I've tried to be like, I try so hard to be a little more low key, but that is not who I am as a person, and it's certainly not who I am on Super Geeked Up. So the next day I'm just like, did I wake you up? He's like, oh no, I had 3 fans on, my earplugs in.
He has learned.
Oh.
That's what it takes.
That's actually a nice compliment. He needs that many sound dampening.
That many barriers. Yeah. So, but he doesn't complain anymore when I'm on it. So that is a sign that he enjoys it.
Good.
So there you go.
Progress.
Yeah, progress.
But anyway, if people are interested, we do it Wednesday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. And there's a live chat. And you could be part of the fun. We get all our game suggestions for the audience. So
yeah, the audience, the live chat is also like a really, sometimes completely separate to what's going on the screen, a really good time too. Like there have been times when I've been in the live chat because, like Marisa or Melissa's on, and the conversation going on in the live chat is just like hysterical as well.
Yeah, we have awesome viewers.
So engaged and so funny.
Yeah. So
and they're
Jeff,
super positive too, and supportive.
I love that so much.
Yeah, very, very like supportive. And I think every time I've gone on, and talked about a new book, people are like, "Okay, I'm gonna go check it out." It's like, thanks. That's exactly why I came here.
And they do that. Yep, they do that.
We march.
Actually, I hope they're doing that in their homes
marching off to order your book.
At
So
9
Fair
p.m. at
Lady
night.
viewers, right now,
Yeah.
march your way over and order Jeff's book about Elena and Ned, because it'll be a good time.
And then go subscribe to Super Geeked Up just for fun.
And yeah.
Yes, it's youtube.com/supergeeked-up if you're trying to find it on YouTube.
So
You also have awesome co-hosts on that show.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Francis Fernandez is my
I love him.
longtime co-host.
Mhm.
He's great, and we've done a long time together. And
Francis has one of those like smooth jazz voices. You know what I mean? That like
it's a very
he
radio
could say-
voice.
He could say anything and have it be like sound like sensual. You know what I mean? Like
I know. He should be the shadow what?
Shadow
Daddy, voice of
Shadow Daddy.
We'll have to let him know. Yeah, that's funny.
Well, I think we'll want to have you guys both back on
Yeah.
at some point to like talk about shenanigans and Super Geeked Up.
Oh, that'd be
I think
great.
super
Yes.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him Shadow Daddy Francis next time on the show.
You should.
Please do, but no context. Give him zero context.
Zero.
Yeah,
He's like, what are you talking
especially
about?
since this isn't
I'm
coming
like,
out till October.
you know what you
so-
are.
Yeah, yeah.
You know
He was
what you
before this comes out, so he's used to it. And then he's like,
Francis
this
will
is
probably
the
be like,
origin.
"What? Okay, all right, I'm into this."
I'll roll with it.
He'll probably totally embrace it.
It'll be part of the lore of the shipping that some of your viewers do for you and
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah, 100%.
You calling Francis
Oh, that's
Daddy.
true. They came up
Yeah.
with the other ship name for us, Fref, Jeff and Francis.
That's right.
My
Oh,
favorite.
actually, Marisa got involved in it. It was
I
Fref
did.
Risa.
It
Marisa.
did. It made me very happy. There's a recipe for that drink out in the world somewhere.
Yes, one of our viewers, made a recipe for the Fref Risa drink.
I love it.
So how do you create that kind of like fan engagement and fan community? Like what's your magic? Teach us. Obi-Wan.
Hold on, let me grab a notepad and pen. Okay, ready?
Thanks. I wish I had magic. I don't know. I don't really. I mean, because it's a small but very dedicated
Yeah.
community, right? I think. Well, part of it, I guess, is just a few. Okay, I guess a few things I'll say. Number one, I feel like our show is different than a lot of shows online. We're not like analyzing, and I'm not dissing any of these shows. I'm just saying there's a good amount of these.
Right.
We're not
different.
analyzing movies or critiquing shows. I mean, I've done that as well. We're not complaining about how we hate certain things in pop culture. We're just having fun. We're just
Positive.
having a fun
Joyful.
chat. Yes, it's positive. We work in the improv games with the geeky stuff, which again, I don't think a lot of places do online, at least that I found. So I think just that utter joyful fun is contagious to the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that like you said, Marisa said, if you write something, you're having fun, the audience will enjoy it. So if they see us having fun with our guests, then I think, the audience has fun.
Mm-hmm.
But also I think that I believe very much in treating everybody super respectfully and being super positive to all our audience and to all my readers for my books.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm always super, super appreciative to our viewers, and I'm always very thankful to them, which is, again, sometimes does not happen. I see on shows with hosts. So I don't know. I think part of it is that our viewers have bought into us as people as well as the show.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. That was going to be my observation too, is that I feel like from the times that I've either been on the show or been in the live chat, with as part of the community, you guys make a point of really not only interacting with your viewers, but kind of seeing them, I guess, and really making them feel like, hey, this is not just us being on a show broadcasting out into the universe. This is our community. We are hanging out, some of us you can see, but some of you guys are just in the chat, but we're all hanging out together and we're all like, laughing and being silly and doing this improv stuff. You guys involve the audience in all of the improv games, get suggestions from them. And I think it's really cool. There's, I think, a lot of that vibe that we've tried to sort of emulate shamelessly here on Feral Ladies, particularly with our live episodes where we, interact with the guys in the comments and stuff. So yeah, thanks for inspiring us on that one.
And the
well,
You
thank
are
you.
an example,
Yeah.
though.
Well,
Like,
thank you.
you
Those are
include-
very kind words, and I think you've summed it up actually really nicely. How important the audience is to our show, and
Yeah.
they make the show what it is.
Well, and they feel that, right? Like they feel that they're important to you, and I think that's key. So, yeah.
And then that comedy, like, absolutely plays out in your. This is why I was bringing up the short stories, because I read it and I laughed out loud several times, which I feel like is hard to do in a short story, especially. And you do a great job of carrying that over into the. I have not read the whole novel yet because it was Dragon Con when I got my copy, and then I came home and got sick. But I did read the first 6 or 8 chapters on Vela back in the day.
Wow! Oh, thanks.
Yeah, and it was freaking awesome. Like the whole time I was like, hell yeah, get it, Elena. Like, let's go. So, there was a vampire, was it council scene maybe? That was pretty chef's kiss.
Nice.
So, yeah. But yeah, so that comedy piece, like how do you, I was on a whole panel about this at Dragon Con this last weekend about like how to work comedy in to your story. What is your like philosophy or approach or
For me, I guess I would say it would be more like, how do I not work comedy in? Because like, just, I'll be honest with you, I've even sometimes I've tried to write stuff without it, and it just seeps in. Like, I don't know, just that's just my nature is to write to comedy, lean into comedy.
Okay.
And I think for this one and a lot of ones, I mean, for this one it works really well because Elena and Ned are so opposites.
Yeah.
Right? So some people will describe a grumpy sunshine as like a trope, but
I love that trope.
but I mean that's more or less right. I think there's a lot of comedy that can be played off of those completely opposite characters, who, again, Elena's just she's always like an 11, right? Like she's always like she's on drugs more or less, which she's not, but she's super hyper. She's always hugging people. She wants to fuck everyone. I can say now, right? I think we're past the.
Yeah, we're past 15 minutes. So.
And again, and Ned is just always super frustrated by that. So the dynamic, I think, is comedic in itself. I don't know. I mean, in terms of other stuff, I guess I don't know. It's hard. Like I don't really, I guess, think about like how do I put comedy in here?
Is it just the lens through which you view things? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, because for my goals, which have changed a little bit over the years, right now with all my books, my goal is to make people laugh and have fun with what I'm writing, and make people feel good when they get after they read this, because there's a lot of stuff that's not so good.
Yeah.
And in the world, or even just there's a lot. I found there's a lot of dark content in terms of creative content. That's fine. It's just not my thing. So I guess my lens is always, I want to be super fun and make people smile. I guess that's how I approach everything. So the comedy comes from that. And I think that's important, to be honest with you. It's not the stuff that gets awards, but I think it's important to laugh and to make people feel good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I love that, man.
Love
That's brilliant. So
Thanks.
yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Also, I feel like comedy is harder than drama, right? Like that's not just in movies and whatever. Not that drama is easy, but comedy is hard and it's so subjective.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think when you can do that and bring joy to people and bring laughter, regardless, life is always going to have hard times. So if we can find that joy in there, like, fuck yeah. And if you know that's what you're getting in a Jeff Burns book, or potentially a pen name of Jeff, which we could maybe talk about if you want to,
Yes, sure.
then like that helps you prioritize. Like, I want to laugh today. Yes, absolutely. I need this.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So tell us about this pen name.
So I do my erotica under Riley Rose, and RileyRoseErotica.com is the site. You can find it. I'll be honest with you, that's actually, I'm almost positive that's actually how I'm going to do Elena Ned under as well. It's probably going to be Riley Rose.
Oh, okay. Very cool.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling with that, but which way I should do it. But just because I built up so much of an audience,
Yeah.
under that name.
I'm not making the which way we should do it joke, just so you guys know.
Very proud of
I
you.
would like that noted. Okay, carry on.
Well done. Well done. Golf clap.
But all my erotica is under Riley Rose, and yeah, again, it's the same concept as what I was just talking about, like very leading into comedy. So like I call it comedic geeky comedy. So yeah, you know, it's a lot of sci-fi and fantasy and action stuff, just with really silly, ridiculous things happening and a lot of fucking.
I love it. I love it. So it's one of the things that I have always thought that not enough people pay attention to is just exactly how silly sex really is, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, I love a romance novel. I love the tension and the yearning and the like,
Angst.
you know, the angst, I love the touch her and die. I love the like enemies to lovers. I love Grumpy Sunshine. I love like the, you know, the sexy, smutty scenes, you know, the spicy scenes. But shit's funny too. Like,
And awkward.
and awkward sometimes. And I wish, I don't know, I wish more writers would not take that aspect of sex quite so seriously in their work, because it can be funny and silly and like, you know, sometimes you get a muscle cramp and sometimes like, you know, especially as you get older, you guys know what I'm talking about.
Sometimes there's weird noises. Sometimes
That's right. Sometimes
You fell off the bed.
sometimes the
you're
dog comes in
mid-act and your
that
cat
opportune
busts
moment.
through the door like,
Part, yeah.
what's going on?
I gotta start doing notes. Good material.
So,
But yeah, I mean, you're right. So I think you're right. A lot of, and again, this isn't bad, but a lot of erotica is they take it pretty seriously, the sex, and in romance too. And again, I'm trying to do the opposite. That I'm trying to make it really silly. And it's not that my characters are very much like in love with each other, care about each other in my erotica, but it's just really over the top and silly. And there are like silly things that happen during sex, right? Like silly physical things, or someone walks in, right, or whatever. Or so yeah, so I try to work that into all that and just
work that in.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think over the top is a good. At least that's what some readers have described who have enjoyed it. I don't, like I said, I don't really take anything too seriously in terms of what I write. I mean, okay, I take relationships seriously between characters. Actually, I don't want to say like everything's a joke. It's not. But like I said, I try to write everything. They're having fun. That is always
Nice.
People are having fun.
Nice. That's cool. That's cool. How have your readers responded to that? What kind of?
Yeah, I mean, so pretty good. It seems like. I mean, I've gotten a lot of nice feedback on it. I mean, here's the thing. Erotica is going to be what I found generally. You don't get as much feedback because a lot of people don't want to admit that they read it.
Fair.
I mean, you guys are all fine, obviously, with admitting that kind of stuff, I'm sure. But yeah, I mean, the feedback I got is, so it's very, I feel like for erotica is probably pretty niche though, like, cause it is very different.
Yeah.
And the people who like it really like it.
Yeah.
I mean, some people at this point, I have 70 books out, including box sets.
That's awesome.
Nice.
For the erotica ones.
Yeah.
I mean, some people have bought every single one. So, which is awesome, right? And I've gotten some very nice notes from people, you know, or reviews. And then there's other people out there, obviously, who think my thing is really silly, stupid shit, right? And that's fine, because yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone, nor should it be. I don't think anything should be for everyone. That's not the goal when you write something. But I mean, I've been pretty happy with it. It's been growing fairly well.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think I might have mentioned this to Marisa one time on Super Geeked Up, but one of the nicest things someone wrote to me a couple months ago, and this is just out of the blue, they just emailed me, like at my Riley Rose account, that they said, well, that they were enjoying my books, but that they were aspiring writer, and that I helped show them that they don't have to write in a certain way.
That's
That
cool.
they felt like, I guess, what they have to write like other writers that they've read or in the genre.
Mm-hmm.
And when they wrote and they saw how I am like very silly and ridiculous in my writing, it showed them, oh, I can do what I want.
Yep.
And that was actually one of the nicest compliments I had received.
Yeah, that's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, just so that we cover it, in case people are curious, what would you, as an erotica author, what would you say is the difference between erotica and, say, a smutty romance?
And it's kind of a fine line sometimes, I guess, right? But for me, erotica generally has hardcore sex scenes.
Okay.
That's how I think about it.
Okay.
And I guess, I mean, listen, I mean, could, right? So many romance is good. I mean, I've read sci-fi books that have pretty intense sex scenes sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's only erotica, but I think that's more what you'll find generally in erotica than and not in all romances.
Yeah. It's like, it's the point, right?
Right.
Like with romantasy, the romance is the point, and then the fantasy trappings are there to support the romance. Like I feel like with erotica, the sex scenes are the point, and the story is there. I say this is neither a romance nor an erotica author, so grain of salt, everybody. But that is how I think of it. Like with erotica, you're like, like there's gonna be a storyline, sure, but you're there for the act.
A good definition.
Yeah.
For erotica, you're right. You come in and Wayne, I better get some hot sex.
Yeah.
Right. And romance, you're like, oh well, I don't know, like, and maybe an
build
angsty
up
thing,
the
but
tension,
a build up
the
between these two characters, and maybe I'll have some sex.
Yeah.
Slightly different happy endings, I guess, is what you're looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's good. That's actually a perfect way to say it.
Thank you so
Slightly
much.
different happy endings.
Happy endings. That's awesome.
We can blame the NyQuil. It's fine.
Yeah. So besides More Ned and Elena, what else is next for you, Jeff? What's coming on your horizon?
Well, so I'm always writing erotica.
Uh-huh.
I actually just released a new box set a couple days ago.
Oh, that's exciting.
Thanks. Yeah. That one, well, I guess I'll mention it because it just came out. That's called Shaolin Sluts. So that's like my...
It's amazing.
By the way, the names are like all ridiculous. So you pretty much, I think, know what you're going to get just by reading the titles of my books. But that's like kind of my sexy take on Street Fighter. So it's basically about sex fighting. So martial arts while you're having sex. And there you go. If you want 3 books in a box set for that, all about that, you can get it.
As you should. Make sure to send us the link. We'll make sure that's in there because I feel like it's not a far roll from jujitsu to sex. I'm just saying. So,
No, it's not. I mean, listen, you're not, you're wearing not a lot of clothing already. You're grappling. It can easily come off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right. All tangled up. Just all tangled up.
So anyway, I mean, generally,
we're talking about Tom Hardy.
Tentacles optional.
Smothering people, like it's all connected.
What about Tom Hardy?
I said tentacles optional.
Oh, well, I have a tentacle series too, if you like that.
Oh, nice.
I said.
That's I have the first book is called Sensual Tentacles, but there's 5 books. I call it Consenticle, which is consensual tentacle.
That is amazing.
But also, Jeff, I feel like you have to write 3 more because doesn't it feel necessary that you have 8 tentacle books?
Oh, because of octopus. Yeah. Good. I didn't think about that.
There's an octopus joke to be made there.
Yes.
Yeah. Here to help.
So if that sounds good to you, you can check out RileyRoseErotica.com. But generally, about once a month, I'm releasing a new book. So there's lots of stuff I'm working on. I mean, I do have some other stuff. Like I have a Hansel and Gretel sci-fi book or story that I kind of want to work into something. But so yeah, I mean, it's mostly erotica is like paying the bills. So
yeah.
And I enjoy it. But honestly, I'll probably start working on Elena and Ned besides Erotica is my next, just a sequel to that because I like writing it so much.
Yeah, and there's a cliffhanger, so we can't.
Yes, I don't want it to be too
Sit on it
long
for
because
3 years.
that'll people will be pissed off.
No,
Yeah,
we're not here to anger our readers.
that's right.
No,
That's right. Tease, yes. Titillate, absolutely. Anger.
no.
A little literary edging, perhaps.
There it is.
Oh,
Wait.
there it is.
There it is. I couldn't not. It's my new favorite term.
Wait,
You got
that's
it.
your new favorite term?
Oh yeah, I used it.
Oh, you didn't just make that up?
No,
No,
not
she
with
made
this
it
one.
up.
I did make it up. But it was because of Kacey. So my camera is mirrored, so I'm gonna assume she's this way, but for me she's right there. You can see her, she's on the screen. Kacey was sending bits and pieces of her sequel to Mage Light while she was
As I
writing
was
it.
writing it. Yeah.
And it was great. And sometimes it was 2,000 words, sometimes it's 1,200 words, sometimes 2,500 words. And at one point, I wrote back to her and I was like, absolutely not. I cannot read this until there's several chapters because this is literary edging and I will not stand for it. And
It was amazing.
and I stand by it. And I think I have accused her of it several times on the internet and once again here. To be fair, friends, it did not change her behavior even a little bit. She continued to tempt me with literary edging. And usually I gave in and read it because you've new Kacey words. Are you not going to read them? Get the fuck out of
Because
here.
sometimes I'm the dungeon master and sometimes I'm the dungeon mastered.
Full circle. Full circle.
There it is.
And I say I don't want it, but she knows better. So anyway, literary edging.
That's what we call literary consensual non-consent.
That's right. That's right. There's a
So
safe
if we need
word.
to add a good girl in there, we'll be all set.
Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Anyway, so there's that. That's a thing that is happening. But yes, I grant that term free to the internet, literary edging.
Literary
Because
edging.
That's
Coined
what
by
some people
Marisa
do
Wolf.
us. Yes. And so if you're gonna cliffhang
Good.
people, sometimes my camera went real dark, real dramatically on this, and I'm not sure why, but I'm just like, okay. She's like, "Are you sure this is what you want to be seeing on the internet?" And I am. Here it is.
You gave the internet that and night songs.
There we are. Yes, I am a giver. Sometimes. It's fine. I'm
Can't
gonna meet again.
Please don't die.
Right?
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
That's
since you
cool.
guys, sorry, we're just at Dragon Con. If you have time, you want to hear one, I have a funny sex-related Dragon Con story
absolutely.
that I don't think I've actually shared online before.
Ooh.
Exclusive.
Bring it.
So this is a few years ago at Dragon Con. And I used to be part of a panel called Heroes, Villains, and Humanity. It's like Cards Against Humanity, but with heroes and superheroes and villains. And a lot of crazy stuff happens. It's a super late night. It's like 11:30 or something. It's a super late night panel. And like you guys have probably talked before, that's where Dragon Con gets pretty raunchy. I mean, it can always be raunchy, but that's really raunchy then.
Right. After dark. Yeah.
And so I was one of the judges. Like there was teams and they would try to argue their thing, right? If you ever play Cards Against Humanity, it's like who has the sexiest, funniest, weirdest thing, right? And I was one of the judges deciding who won of the teams. And crazy stuff would happen. Like to convince the judges, like a guy came up one time and started grinding on me. This other guy, because you could make the Dragon has a charity every year, right? And
Yes.
if you made a donation to the charity, you could get more cards to help you with your thing.
Mhm.
But one time this guy came up with, I don't know, like a 20 or something in his mouth, and he was like, "Oh, take it from my mouth." And I did, and I didn't care it was a guy, it's fine. But after I did, I was like, I just put filthy money in my mouth.
Money
Like,
in your
why'd
mouth.
why'd I do that? Anyway, one time there was this girl and we were kind of flirting. She was like just as part of the teams. And we exchanged numbers and we were texting stuff. And then the next year she came to the thing, and her intention, I found out later from her, but her intention that second year was, she's in the audience in the back because I can't hear this. I'm the judge in the front. She says to somebody like, "Oh, I'm going to have sex with Jeff this year."
Congratulations.
Well, don't get ahead of yourself.
Getting a little ahead. Okay.
And then the guy next to her says, you better stay away from him. He's mine. Jeff's gay. Now,
Again,
because of some of that
congratulations.
grinding and money stuff, I understand most people thought I was bisexual, which is very understandable. But so she was like, okay, I guess I'm not with Jeff. And then the year after that, she told me this story. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I could have got laid that year.
You got cock blocked.
I'm so sorry.
By the audience. That's
By some
rough.
random guy in the
Oh
audience.
my god. That's
Oh,
mean.
no.
That's super mean.
So anyway,
funny.
so there was my
Oh, that's
almost
funny.
sex at Dragon Con.
Cute girl, if you're still out there. Future cons.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
No, I make a point at Dragon Con. Like I'm not quite as automatically appealing as I was in my 20s at Dragon Con. But I am always shockingly on a lot of sexy panels at Dragon Con.
Not
So I
shocked.
always make sure to work. No, not shocked at all. I always make sure to work in that like I'm married and I'm very boringly monogamous. Because otherwise I definitely say some shit that people are like, oh, I'm like, no, I am all talk at this time. Everything is saved for my husband.
Oh.
Sorry.
So I guess, I got to start saying,
You got opposite.
hey, I'm available and I like chicks.
You should. Just fucking name it.
Clear that shit up,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah. For your intro, you're like, hello, my name is Jeff. I am really fucking funny. I write good erotica because I know what good sex is, and I'm available, ladies.
Yeah.
There you go. You're new
Yeah,
and
start
new.
doing this.
Do
right?
the finger
That's
guns. If
Yeah.
you do the finger guns, it
Gotta
really
do the
keeps it
finger
from being
guns.
creepy.
And I like it.
Yeah.
If you want to join me in my hotel room, we'll just march on
We'll
over.
just march.
Right up.
And again, that keeps it from being creepy, I think.
You're welcome for that one too.
Good. Finger guns and marching. That'll be the key.
That's
Yeah.
look, as a chick, totally. Hey, a little
Is
wink.
that how Jeremy got you?
You would be surprised. He's real good at the finger guns, but anyway,
He has to watch all this,
no
right?
fault
later
where
to
he
edit
does.
it?
He used to watch this
Uh-huh.
like repeatedly. Mhm. You're welcome, babe.
Is that what we're calling it?
That's what we're calling it now. It's fine. No fault questions.
Yeah, I'm with Marisa because the shit that comes out of my mouth, Jeff, you've heard some of it, right? And so I've that is part
Oh,
of the
yeah.
reason why I make a point of every single episode of Feral Ladies telling the internet how much I love to fuck my husband. So and now you know.
Yep.
Oh no, yeah, I know you said on Super Geeked Up too.
Yeah.
Married,
Yeah.
not blind, but boringly monogamous.
Boringly
Thank you so much.
I mean,
I
it's not
do know
really
what-
boring for me, but for others.
I was gonna say it's not boring.
Not for us.
Boring
For
for
anything
y'all,
else.
maybe.
Not boring.
I will say.
I do.
Oh, God.
I do know what comes out of Casey's mouth though, because on Sinful Sci-Fi, the 2 times we've done it, Casey's always sitting next to me, so I always get it passed from her to me, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I got to make out of this stuff.
What
she
do I
just
do with
said.
this? I guess it's back
You're
to
welcome.
blowjobs. Yeah.
Oh no.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's your the panel that she was talking about, that where they asked about like, are you the dungeon master or the dungeon mastered? It was an Apocalypse Rising panel with like a bunch of lit RPG people, and then like the three of us. we were
Token sci-fi fantasy.
That got in there. Yeah.
we were like the token sci-fi fantasy girls up there. But that question of are you the dungeon master? Are you the dungeon mastered? I was like, I have no idea. The person, I had no clue how to like answer this in like a sexy, funny way. And so I just made my husband come up to the front of the stage, give me a hand necklace, and then make out with me in front of a packed ballroom. And it worked out really well.
It's
Hey,
Oh,
out.
wow,
you-
nice.
You won that
Yeah, we
round.
got big applause.
Yeah. She also won with a particular comment, which I'm sure we'll have talked about in Feral Ladies, but it will bear coming back in October when people see this, which was something like your post-apocalyptic dungeon pickup line. And it was so good, I almost fell off my chair. And it was like, much like 90% of the human population, my gag reflex is non-existent.
My gag reflex
Everyone
is
died.
as extinct as 90% of the human population.
Yeah, it was everybody.
Oh my
got
God,
Yeah,
that's
that one got a
amazing.
good laugh too.
it was amazing.
Poor James Hunter. He was like, I have to follow that.
Right? Right.
He did great though. His
did,
follow-up was
yeah.
pretty good too.
I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, the girls
Everyone was funny.
as a whole rocked that panel.
Yeah.
So hard.
Yeah.
Pun fully intended.
Mhm.
But yes, literally everyone on that panel was hilarious. And
So
everybody got like at least one, if not 5, ridiculous crack ups from
Big
the
laughs from the
fully
room.
packed ballrooms.
And thank God my husband is such a good sport, because afterwards he was
that was
like,
so great.
well, that was something I never imagined I would do in public.
Here we are.
Great.
Here we are. Amazing.
So
That
love
was
you,
great.
babe.
He's pretty great. Man. Ugh. Anyway, so yes, silly, sassy, sexy things.
Yes.
This is a Jeff brand. This is a Feral Lady brand. This is
Mhm.
maybe part
Maybe
of why we
Jeff
all
should
get
be a
along so
feral
well.
lady.
Oh, I would love to be a feral lady.
It's a feral fella. It's
Feral
great.
fella.
Yeah.
That's good alliteration.
Right. But somebody else came up with that, but I will steal it. It's my podcast. I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
And I press the buttons. I do the things. Anyway, we are, speaking of pressing the buttons and doing the things, we are somehow freaking out time. So let's go around and tell the people where they can find you to something else I stole from Dragon Con, consensually stalk you on the internet, not in a creepy way, unless you get the finger guns of invitation. And great. And if you'll be appearing at any events or going to any cons, keep in mind this is airing in October. So after that.
We'll start with Jeff.
Jeff,
Oh,
you should go first.
Sure. So you can catch the Super Geeked Up show every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/supergeekedup. You can also find my books there at supergeekedup.com. When this airs, on the very first thing on the homepage will be Elena Ned, so you can easily get a link to it on Amazon. From there, you can also go to RileyRoseErotica.com if you like tentacles and robot cars having sex and
Nice.
other sexy version of Lara Croft, all that kind of stuff. You can go there and find a whole bunch of silly, funny erotica books. In terms of events, if you're in my neck of the woods, which is the Albany, New York, upstate New York area, actually, I'm doing a book launch for Elena and Ned with a friend of mine, W.D. Larimore, his book is called Test the Unforgettable. That'll be November 28th at a place called Mocha Lisa's Cafe, which is a bookstore/cafe.
Nice.
love
That sounds awesome.
So that's actually Black Friday. That'll be 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're doing it. Yeah, and I think the other events will be already gone, have happened by the time this comes out. So.
Cool. I'm Kacey Zell. You can find me online at kczell.net or .com. I own both. By the time this airs, I think the next event will probably be November 11th with Marisa Wolf at the Silver Unicorn in Acton, Mass. We're going to do a little author event there for Veterans Day, and it should be really fun. So, yeah, come on out and hang out with us.
Nice. MelissaOltoff.com.net. I am on all the socials. My books can be found all the places. And I don't think I have any more scheduled events for this year, but, consensually stalk me on my socials and I'll let you know if anything comes up, so to speak.
That was awesome. I am Marisa Wolf. I do not always sound like this, but can't say I sound better.
See what we do.
Yeah.
You should narrate erotica like that.
I know, man. Somebody told me that on one of the panels. They're like, man, I was so self-conscious about my voice because it's con voice, right?
Yeah.
This is sick voice, but before it was con voice. And she's like, but you sound like that and you sound sexy as fuck. And I was like, talk to me more about how sexy I sound. But she's like, so I think I'm just going to own it. And I was like, yeah, girl. Because she had this raspy con voice thing going on. I was like, also, you should probably narrate your books like this. Just thought. So depending on when in October this goes, that's fine. I just hit on people on panels, but not seriously because, again, monogamous. Anyway, on that note.
She includes no finger guns.
I do not. The finger guns are just for the internet and my husband, I guess. So I don't know. I'm sorry, Jeremy. Here we are. Who am I? I'm Marisa Wolf. You can find me at marisawolf.com or marisawolf.net because unlike Jeff, They go both ways. And you can, I will cough on you consensually. I don't know. Depending on when in October this
I haven't
airs,
put that in my erotica. Coffee.
There you go.
essentially.
Consensually,
You
yeah.
know, kink shame.
It's real sexy. Unclear when in October this will air, but if it's before October 18th, one additional event Kacey and I will be at is the Merrimack Valley Book Festival, which is in a town in Massachusetts that you should totally Google. Haverhill, I think. So come hang out with us. Just Google Merrimack Valley thing on October 18th. Book
Merrimack
Festival.
Valley thing.
Don't make
Merrimack
me
Valley
forget.
Book Festival.
That'll
We'll have Jordan
probably-
put a link in the
Yeah,
description.
that'll probably get you some Cthulhu stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of tentacles, I don't know, guys. That's where you can find me. There are links there. There are things on my websites. You should find them. I probably won't be coughing by the time Merrimack Valley is happening. Certainly not by Silver Unicorn, because other than cons, I'm a hermit and nobody can get me sick in my house. So
Does anybody dress as a unicorn?
I
that
hope
event?
so. I hope so. Melissa's dogs say yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Melissa's dogs are great.
Yeah. Okay, so before I cough on you all again, any last thoughts?
It was good to see you, Jeff. Thank you for
No
yeah,
thoughts,
so-
only barking.
Thank you guys so much for having me on. This was a blast. Appreciate it. And always love hanging out with you guys. And please, folks out there, if you get a chance, check out The Adventures of Elena and Ed, Gargoyle P.I. I would love it if you take a chance on
Yes,
it.
yes.
Yes, they're so
And
good.
once you check it out, write reviews because
Yes.
we wanted to let Jeff know how much we appreciate his silly, sexy humor. So
Yes, because that's
thank
what
you.
we deserve more of, you guys. All
Yeah.
right. I will now hit the end button 1 to 5 times. So talk amongst yourselves. Here we go.
Okay.
Gonna do a thing. I don't know, man. Here
So
we go.
tentacles.
Tentacles, yeah.
How do you
Many
like
tentacles.
tentacles?